Hey y'all, you are rocking with the Locked and Loaded already. If you're new to my channel, bienvenidos. If you're one of my awesome subscribers, welcome back. Y'all, I just posted a video about the guy that took his steering wheel in from his Honda into the house to make sure they don't steal his car. Let me tell y'all really quickly. So I bought, like I said, my Honda Accord. It was gold. It had like a bra in the front. It was lowered. It had rims. It had aftermarket lights, an exhaust. It was sexy. You know, to me, I was like, yeah, that's sexy. So it had tints on the windows. It had everything I wanted. The guy was selling it for $1,200. He said, listen, I'm selling it because I'm tired of people stealing it. Where we lived at, it was like, I hate to say it like this, but I'm gonna keep it real. It was Spanish Central. So you know that they don't play about the Hondas. So they kept stealing the car. When I bought the car, and I probably looking back should not have bought the car. It didn't have a horn. It didn't have airbags, because one time they stole it and crashed it, and so the airbags, what's the word? It released the airbags. I'm losing the word. So it didn't have airbags. It didn't have a horn. And he had to start it with a screwdriver because they broke the ignition. I bought it. I was so very excited. My first car, $1,200. I took the car to an hour away to school. This is my first car that I had to now get me to and from college on breaks without me taking the J bus with all of my stuff from the university. You know, on breaks when people would go home, I used to take all my stuff in this clear utility bag on the bus with me. So I was excited when I bought my car. Now I'm mobile. Now I could take my things with me on you know, winter break and all of this. Great. So I within a month of, I would say like, no, within about a week, I paid $160 to get an ignition put into the car. Super excited. Now I can start my car with a key. I don't need to start it with a screwdriver. Within a month of having the car, I was on campus in school, and my mom called me and said, the police called and said that they found your car, your card. I don't know, because they left a message and she was saying she didn't know what they said. I'm like, my card or car? What are they talking about? Mind you, I parked beside, I remember this, I parked beside a BMW and a Range Rover. So I called them back and they said, you drive a 1994 Honda Accord? I said, yeah. They was like, okay, well, we have your card. It got stolen out of the parking lot. It's up whatever area. And I guess the neighbors called because the boys were about to start stripping it. And she called before they could come back. I got there. I had a friend drive me to where the location was. I got there. My car was parked up on a thing, on like this little hill. And the police said to me, do you have your key? And I said, yeah, I do. And he said, okay, well, you're not gonna need it because they broke your ignition. Do you know how to start they did leave you a screwdriver. And he said, do you know how to do this? How to start it with the screwdriver? So I said, yeah, I just bought the ignition for it. Not only did I buy the ignition for it, I paid to have the car rewired, because one of the times when they stole it, they cut the wires, so the lights were having issues. So I paid to have it all rewired. I got new front lights. I got them rewired, and my car was, you know, making progress. I didn't have a horn and airbags, but I was moving in the right direction. I don't even know how they let me pass emissions without a horn and airbags, but yeah, they let me pass, and I was supposed to come back, and I did not, and I was riding dirty, y'all. In any case, they cut my wires again, so I paid to have it rewired, and I paid for my ignition, and within a month they cut the wires again, thinking I guess it was an alarm, and they broke my ignition. I had the car, but it kept overheating. So from there, it ended up being the thermostat. Maybe they were like racing it. I don't know. I had the car for a while again, but I wasn't going to pay to have it rewired with the lights. So I used to have to drive and get to my destination before sunset because the back lights didn't work anymore. And the police kept stopping me at night thinking that I was driving without lights. I ended up selling the car for $700. $700. It broke my heart so bad. The guy that bought it said, listen, you know, it has a lot of stuff that it needs done. I really just wanted to strip it for parts. And I was like, no, I want $1,000. And my cousin was like, listen, that car got so much stuff wrong with it. You couldn't pay me to take the car. Let that man give you $700 before he changes his mind. So he changed. I ended up saying, okay. I took the $700. And then I left that and I went to the Nissan family after that. But yeah, you know, when I saw that guy carrying his steering wheel, it reminded me of back in the days with my good old Honda Accord, man. I loved that car. But the struggle is real to keep people off of it and keep them from stealing it. Hot mess.